My name is Andy and my YouTube channel is How to Make Everything. How to Make Everything is about exploring the modern world and basically how we got to now, where all these resources we use every day come from, and how the technologies that we use eventually developed through history. The idea of the channel came from just my own curiosity and realizing that I really don't know where a lot of things today come from. It all started with a sandwich I made from scratch when I just was curious about where food actually comes from and the processes of making all the individual things that make up something as simple as a sandwich. A constant theme in this entire process is that everything is always harder than you expect. We really take a lot for granted with the kind of advantages we have with modern trade and specialization and other technologies that just simplify things. Making anything when you have to do it from scratch is a lot harder than you expect. But I really don't regret the process. It's really illuminating and you learn a lot along the way. I think my only regret is just when I don't have the resources to fully dig in and understand something, because some things just take lifetimes to actually learn. I try to do my best with the time that I have, but got a lot of projects going on. Everything poses a challenge up front until I kind of figure out how to do it. Things are never quite perfect, so it's always a learning process. It's an evolving progress as I work my way through history, and things are going to get more and more difficult. So at this point, the hardest challenges are still a little ways ahead, but by starting from the beginning, I hope to learn as I go to expand my skill set when I reach those, so that nothing really is hopefully too challenging. But that's kind of the end goal of the series, is not really knowing how far we can get in history. We might only be able to make it up to 17 or 1800s, or maybe we can make it to today. Maybe we can start our own space mission. The design process starts with a lot of research of looking into the past and how things were originally made back then, and then trying to apply that with the resources we have available now, oftentimes having to scale it down for just a 1 or 2 person team. Then it's just a matter of trial and error at that point, to try to find any experts who happen to be in this field. When we're doing a lot of historical stuff, not always an expert familiar with every aspect going all the way through. So it's just a lot of trial and error and figuring it out as you go. We were able to use BricsCAD to design our upcoming plans for a water-powered sawmill, which we've now started just the very first piece of with the actual saw blade. But we now know how this is going to fit in with the rest of the build as we can start constructing it. Have a lot of mechanical parts that weren't always easy to just diagram on paper, but being able to design them in 3D and see them in motion really definitely helped. Our future plans right now are very centric on the concept of power and how to harness outside power besides just manual labor. This is kind of the forefront of the eventual Industrial Revolution, which is the main goal of our current Reset series of trying to get to a steam engine and doing our own Industrial Revolution. So right now we're working on the very first forms of it with water power, eventually getting to wind power, potentially solar, and any other form of electricity we can come up with until we eventually get our own Industrial Revolution and don't have to do everything by hand. All of our videos and our process and our long-term goal, check out our YouTube channel, How to Make Everything.